Imagine this. You are a woman transported back in time by a genie. You open your eyes, and you are laying in a plush, soft bed. Much better than the bed you could afford with your salary. Softer than anything in your old, run-down apartment. You feel fluffy pillows like clouds against your skin. When you sit up, you see that you are in a large room with extremely lavish curtains, and a maid comes in to ask if you are okay. You would probably be thanking that genie, right? You have wealth, a maid, and really anything you could want granted. You wouldn't be able to get a pizza bagel in this century, though. Well, living in this time seems like a dream come true to some people, but there are a few things you may miss about modern day. To start, indoor plumbing hasn't been invented yet. The streets smell of body odor, and feces fill the streets, wafting into any houses when a window happens to be open. In this time, the gutters are considered a bathroom. Human waste, animal feces, anything else on the road, it's scraped to the sides and washed down the gutters, only by the water people use to wash themselves and their houses. You almost vomit the first time you leave the house. Your hair, your skin, even the fabric of your dress, it soaks up the smell of your body odor and the stench of the street. And on top of the stink, there isn't a lot of clean water available for bathing. So nightly showers turn into cold sponge baths and cold plunge baths, because extremely hot water is considered unhealthy. You are greatly disappointed by this. But you take the bath, and after, a maid takes you to get your makeup done. She puts white powder on your face. Little do you know, the reason this powder gives your face that pale, deathly glow of the latest plague is because of arsenic. Yes, you heard that right. The same arsenic that's used as a poison, although it takes slightly longer to affect you in this form. The rouge and eye makeup are also applied, both made from lead, and could cause slow poisoning effects over time. You find yourself slowing, your body giving in. You feel as faint as those who truly had the plague you mimicked in vanity. You visit the doctor expecting an explanation. Instead, you get hit with a diagnosis, and it's not the one you expected. Hysteria. Female hysteria, to be exact. A word that derives from the Latin for roaming of the uterus, and they use it to shut down your questions about what's making you sick. He says not to worry, since it's only minor, but you leave confused and even more frustrated than when you arrived. 3 weeks later, you go to a new doctor who prescribes bloodletting for your complexion. Misunderstanding your intentions, he puts the leeches on. You faint and wake up in your room again. Your view is eerily similar to when you first came to this world, but now, the luxury of the Victorian era feels like a gilded cage, closing in as time passes. Later, you go to a party. You've become somewhat paranoid that someone has been poisoning you through food or drink. You don't sleep much anymore, and danger seems to be lurking around every corner. You feel tired and weak, but you fear what will happen when you close your eyes. Little do you know, the culprit is much closer and far more trusted than you expected. The lead and mercury in your makeup, a staple for women of this time, causes fatigue, restlessness, and paranoia that could give someone insomnia and even death in extreme cases. You launch yourself at a servant holding a drink tray, convinced you saw him smile at you as he was pouring. You're pulled off and taken to the physician, the same one you went to the first time. He claims your hysteria has worsened and you need treatment. You are then carted off to the closest asylum. No ceremony, no word from anyone. You are simply not a part of their world anymore. You huddle in the cold, thin bedsheet covering you as you wait for your treatment. The doctors cart you into a different room. They unstrap you from the cart and into a strange contraption. They watch you as they flip a switch and electricity crackles painfully through your body. This is electrotherapy. It's supposed to cure your hysteria, or so the doctors said. They put you back in your room to wait for your next treatment. It could be more electrotherapy, or potentially a lobotomy to make you more compliant. But you know your life will become substantially worse until you stop feeling anything at all. And eventually, you die in this cold, damp asylum room. If you made it this far, drop a comment telling me which era you think you could survive. Would you last a week in the Victorian era, or would the makeup get you first? Comment your answer below and hit subscribe if you want more history that hits different.